Once you involve people's moms and SMD and all that, you taking it somewhere else that it should never even went because it wasn't even that serious, bro. That's some real cornball.
Wasn't there a situation with Lil Pump and the Latin Kings recently?
It was uh, some IG thing going on, some post or something, and the brother that's is a well-known artist in Chile had kind of did a comment like, "Oh, you preaching this and you're smoking a cigarette or something in the shop." Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it started some back and forth IG thing. But then
Something petty.
something real petty. But then this dude took it a little bit, disrespectful. SMD and you, your mom, and all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, which listen, you gotta be careful who you talk to because you don't know what's gonna happen. So that's really what it was. Is IG thing for right now, social media. But you should be careful who you talk to because you don't know what can happen. You know what I'm saying, and where it can happen. So you should be careful who you SMD. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be throwing that around so vividly. You know what I mean? I just don't know the whole thing about it. I just saw a little bit of back and forth thing on IG. So I can't really, get too into it because I really don't know the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Right. But he's historically, I mean, of course, he's an addict, but like he's also historically done and said things that were like out of line. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
like
but you
that's
know
why
what
he
happens? Look, at the end of the day, people think that they're untouchable because at the end of the day, a lot of people think that they could just get on social media. Like for instance, I get these weirdos that go out of their way to make fake pages with no friends, no nothing, to DM weird messages or threats or whatever. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you a man, you show your face, you say what you gotta say, and then you deal with the consequences of it. You don't hide behind a phone screen or a screen. You know what I mean? Every action you have has consequences. You know what I'm saying? And those consequences, you don't know where it's coming from. Especially you live in Florida, bro. You live in Hialeah, Latin Kingland, bro. You live in Latin Kingland. You gotta be careful who you SMDing, bro. And if it's some internet thing, all right, cool, yo, you joke about it. You through some jokes back and forth. But once you start SMDing people's moms and stuff like that, you don't know who's gonna react. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta be careful who you do because that bro lived in Miami for a little while. So you never know. You know what I'm saying? The world is small, so you never know what could happen. You know what I'm saying? So just gotta be careful what you say, look, for instance, you just seen Whack 100 get approached for SMD and somebody on live. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
You gotta be careful with what you say sometimes. Sometimes, you could talk your way out of it. Sometimes people don't want to hear it. Those words, them words still resonate. You know what I mean? That you gotta be real careful with those words, bro. These kids use it very freely nowadays. You know what I mean? And those words, some people don't take those words very lightly. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Well, you remember when Lil Pump got checked by China Mac at the
I
club?
definitely do.
Yeah, because he did that whole racist thing. I forgot what he did with his eyes and shit like that.
Yeah, he did some stupid shit. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
do it, but yeah.
yeah. And then China Mac approached him and told him to do the right thing. I think
He
he ended up
apologized. He
apologizing. Yeah.
apologized. Yeah, but China Mac is about his business, bro. He definitely stepped it, but that's exactly what you see what happened. He saw him, he saw it, and he didn't expect China Mac to come. He thought it was good. Well, he thought it was funny and all that, but then when you got a real Asian step into you, now it's a different story. What's gonna happen when you throwing those lines because you think that man is 1,000 miles away or 1,500 miles away? When you right there in the hood, you don't know who's gonna react. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be real careful about what you say. You know what I'm saying? You should never, you know, but it's internet thing. It's internet thing. You could have kept joking and snapping and yo, blah, 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 and it could have been a little, but once you involve people's moms and SMD and all that, you taking it somewhere else that it should never even went because it wasn't even that serious, bro. That shit was some real cornball shit, but you know,
I think that also like when people when they like get into it with other people, they should keep it about each other, man. Like when you start to involve other people, like to talk about their family members, their friends,
yeah,
whatever, or like try to reach like beyond,
but you know,
keep it about the topic,
I
man.
mean, you know, a lot like I said, a lot of these dudes be in another world, bro, because they got so much money and they so much that do so many drugs that they thinking is not in the right state of mind. And then a dude like him that he be traveling all over the world doing all these little whatever the pedo hunter or whatever the hell they be doing. He be doing like the bro, you might go into the wrong neighborhood and bump into the wrong people, but like, yo, that ain't that the dude that was talking about such and such? Yo, what's up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some people might look for a viral moment just to get points with that bro. Cause not for nothing, that bro is popping in Latin America and all that. He is that dude. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, he was living in Miami, you know what I mean? But you gotta be careful what you say, bro. I'm not making no threats or nothing, but you gotta be careful what you say in life because every word you say couldn't have a consequence. So you just got
Who's the bro that he was talking about?
talking about Pablo Chile.
Pablo Chile. Okay. Yeah, man. But you got to also realize that even just talking with regular people these days on the internet, some of these people are crazy. You don't know who they
Yeah,
are.
but you like I said, bro, when you take a like that's like for instance, right now, I'd be like, oh, this dude fucking Panda Chop be sitting in the shade playing with fucking whatever. And we taking it on some joking thing or whatever. We making internet shit. All right, bro. Just like the Hassan thing. You didn't have to go to the German thing. You could have got your point across without involving racist remarks. You know what I'm saying? And have people look at you sideways. I get it. You were saying it out of anger, and maybe you were just saying it in a disrespectful way to press his button. But there's ways to talk about it, bro. Because sometimes everything doesn't need to be said, especially when you know, some people, especially in them countries, when you talk about somebody's moms, it'd be like, yo, bro, it's like World War III over there when it comes to, you know, because a lot of these in a lot of these countries, you know, that's all we know is mama love. You know what I'm saying? Mama love is like
Mhm.
the most holiest thing under the sun. You know what I mean? So when somebody talk about mama love, you know, it's just a respect thing. You know what I mean? If you're gonna keep it in there, keep it in there. You're gonna keep the jokes. You know, it's cool and all that. It's funny, but when you start SMDing dudes' moms and do things, you don't know the consequences of your actions. You know what I'm saying? So, and especially when people are well connected across the planet. You got to be real careful what you say to people because, like I said, you might turn in the wrong block and bump into somebody that you ain't even know knew the dude. You know what I'm saying? And you just gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta be careful what you say. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. Lil Pump, make that right and apologize, man.
Which he should. He should.
Yeah.
But you know, only time can tell.
Yeah, we don't want to see a video like of 6ix9ine and you know
You know, the
of you
Florida
though
boys don't
instead.
play that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Yeah, yeah. We we don't wanna see that, man. Well, maybe some people might wanna see that, and
oh
I'm
man,
not
yo,
saying that's
bro.
gonna happen, but it could happen, and that's enough reason for you don't want those problems,
We
you
don't
know what I'm
we don't we
saying?
don't we don't promote violence, bro. We
Yeah.
don't we don't
Yeah.
promote that. We promote unity, bro, all across the board. So we're gonna just leave it like
Yeah.
that, you know. You Latino, do the right thing, you know. You apologize to that man's mom, you know what I mean? You know what you did was wrong, but
Is he Latino?
he's Ecuadorian, I think, or Colombian. He's
Lil
one of
Pump
those.
is?
Yeah, bro, he's Spanish.
Oh, damn, I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah. Google him. Yeah, I don't know if he's
Oh, yeah, his last name is Garcia,
I
a
don't know if he's
Colombian American.
I don't know. Yeah, he's Colombian. I didn't know if he was Ecuadorian or Colombian, but I know he's Latin. So you know, Mama Love is Mama
Wow.
Love, bro. You don't do
Yeah,
that. You know
yeah,
what I
you
mean?
gotta
You
definitely
know
make that
better,
right
bro. He
then.
should know better. That's it. We ain't like I said. We're not promoting none of that, but you should know better than do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.